6 things that you need to do to be a successful postgraduate student. 6 steps that I'm going to give you right now, and which I'm going to expand on in a lot more detail at a webinar in January 2021, so that you can get yourself really focused on being successful next year. So the first step to being a successful postgraduate student is to develop a habit of reading, writing, and thinking all together, and doing that as much as you can every day throughout your study. So that's the first step. Read, write, think, and just conceive of those 3 as always having to go hand in hand. You can't do one without the other. As much as you can keep the 3 together and form a habit around that, you'll be successful. The second step to being a successful postgraduate student in 2021 and beyond is set up your weekly status report. I have taught this in so many courses, and to so many of the students that I've coached, I used it successfully in my own PhD, and I now just absolutely believe it is a very simple but powerful practice. It applies the Kanban principle of cadence to create a regular rhythm of progress and update to your supervisors, which also streamlines your communication with them and just keeps you on track throughout your whole degree. The third step to being a successful postgraduate student is to plan and organize your whole study. So you've got to think about your degree as a project. It'll be over a few years, and you're going to have to go through different phases. If you're experienced in project management, that'll help you, but if not, look on my channel, follow my courses, and not only at a large scale level of going from analysis to different stages of your study, month by month, but also week by week and day by day. How do you manage the tasks? And I have a course on getting organized with a Kanban board, and that helps you just stay focused on the key tasks week by week, so that you do then move those big phases successfully along in your degree. So those are 3. The fourth step to being a successful postgraduate student is to learn and of course apply what it takes to be successful at getting your research proposal accepted. Now, you may be past that stage, but if not, there are many courses out there. I've got one, but make sure that you think about your proposal early enough and what it's going to take to write that, what's going to go into it, what it's going to take to present it to your supervisors, and ultimately for your institution to approve it, because that proposal is going to set you up for success, and the effort that you put into that proposal is going to make you just so much more successful over the course of your study. And the 5th critical step that you need to take in order to be a successful postgraduate student is to learn to write. And I talk about learning to write often and early. Those are also important, but learning to write well. The currency of success in your postgraduate studies is going to be your ability to write well. And we've spoken about the proposal. You'll also have a thesis at the end of your study. I also advise that you have discussion papers throughout your degree, but if you want to get published, and if you want people to understand and to stay with you on the study, especially your supervisors, and ultimately when you present your work to your examiners to get your degree, you have to write well. And I teach basic writing principles. There are other courses out there, but make sure that is something you put on your list as the 5th step to becoming a successful postgraduate student. And then the 6th and final and very important step to becoming a successful postgraduate student is to learn what it takes to write and complete and submit a passing level thesis, dissertation, or final report. And don't wait until the end to do that. Learn now, as early as possible, at whatever stage you are at in your study. Take a break, go through one of my courses. There are other courses out there, but get your mind right around what it's going to take to put that thesis together. And I advise that you reuse as much as you can from your proposal, but as you're going through your study, to put as much material into that actual document. Treat the appendices like a filing system for artifacts and material that comes available that you may not put in the body of your thesis, but get your head around what that document is going to look like. Visualize it, set it up on your PC, and actively work on it as much as you can throughout your study. So those are the 6 steps to being a successful postgraduate student in 2021 and beyond. Let's go through them again. Number 1, develop a habit of reading, writing, and thinking. Keep those always together and do them as often as possible. Secondly, set up your weekly status report to your supervisors or to anybody that can keep you accountable to make progress and keep the cadence, the Kanban cadence throughout your studies. Plan and organize. Make sure you visualize over the few years of your study, the high level that you need to think about, going from one step to the next in your research study, and then at the detailed level, the tasks. Have you got a Kanban board? Do you know how to keep focused on the tasks that are in progress each week? And then the last 3 is to learn what it takes to be successful at submitting a proposal. Learn to write well. Basic practical principles, tips and tricks that I teach around sentence construction will help you write better. And then the last and 6th important step to be a successful postgraduate student in 2021 and beyond, even if you don't have to write it yet, but learn now what it's going to take to put together your final thesis, dissertation, or final report, which you will have to submit and which you will have to pass in order to get your qualification. 6 steps to successful postgraduate studies.